Welcome back, humans! You know what day it is, and I'm back with a middle of the week vent session. And hey, while you're at it, why not hit that like button, hit a subscription, and turn on those notifications, because I'm here twice a week, and I really appreciate it. And welcome back to the channel, and if you're new to the channel, let me tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Jaime, and I started this Meant to Vent podcast back, 100 and some episodes ago with some friends. And I don't know, about the show. It's always some different topics, whatever's kind of trending in the news. If there's always people doing some dumb stuff, I pretty much find out about it, and I'm going to vent about it. I like conspiracies. I like to do sports talk, and just a little bit of everything sometimes, like I said. And there's always something to vent about because people are always doing some dumb things and, giving everybody a bunch of material to talk about. And so anyways, like I said, if you're new to the channel, I appreciate you. And if you're back, if you're still here, I love the support that all you guys been giving me. And let's get on with it. You know what I'm saying? Beer at bars. I'm just going to get right into it. Beer at bars. Okay? I love beer and I love going to bars and I love beer at bars. But there's something that I got to talk about that I notice at all the fucking bars, which I don't even think it's a fucking big deal. I think it's weird. It's just me. Maybe it's just me, but whatever. It's still kind of weird. So, I'll see out there on some of these fucking bars now, they'll be like, our beer's at like 29 degrees. And I'm like, so? I hope so, because you got a fucking fridge, right? You know what I'm saying? How cold is your fridge? It's probably not 29 degrees. I understand that. But your beer is not coming to your table at 29 degrees. I'm sorry. You know how slow your fucking waitress or waiter or server can be. Some places be so crazy busy, it's an hour wait to get in some places. In the first place. Not alone that, your beer ain't going to be 29 degrees. No, I'm not going to bring no thermometer. All right? I'm not going to bring a thermometer and, check your beer temp. Okay? Because unless you're going to have a little temperature cup. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. Get a little temperature cup or something like that so you can show us like the fucking Coors can. You know what I'm saying? When the mountains is blue. You know what I'm saying? And they only change color at 29 degrees. You know what I'm saying? Then we'll believe you. But if it comes here and it's like this light sky blue and shit, it ain't the blue that it's supposed to be. I'm calling you out on it. I'm saying, like I said, I'm not gonna bring no fucking thermometer, and I'm not gonna fucking go over here and test the fucking beer, but I can tell on my hand, we live in Michigan, okay? This is Michigan. You ain't gonna say no 29 degrees to somebody from Michigan and tell me I'm not gonna tell you that beer ain't 29 degrees. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna touch that beer and be like, that's kind of cold. That's a good cold beer. You know what I'm saying? If I grab the thing, take a drink, and I'm like, that shit hurt my fucking teeth. Maybe that's 29 degrees. You know what I'm saying? When anybody out there in the construction field, you know what I'm saying, be out there and have their bottled water somewhere, their jug of water, and take that sip. It's like, boosh, you know what I'm saying? Like, kick in the teeth. You know what I'm saying? But that's all I'm saying, man. I think that's some BS. You know what I'm saying? You're going to bring your beer. I'm sure you store it at that temperature. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure you do. But when it comes to the table, it ain't coming at you 29 degrees. That's all I'm saying. Unless you're fucking sitting right at the fucking fridge. And then you see that fridge that's like behind the fucking bar if you're sitting at the bar. And they'll take your beer right from that shit. Talking that 29 degree stuff. I was like, man, what the hell? I was like, that ain't no 29 degree beer. That was a little fucking freezer in the back. It wasn't even that fucking big freezer that you're talking about. Those things ain't 29 degrees. And those things do have a thermometer on them. So I'm just saying. I had to call them out. You know what I'm saying? Because that was some BS right there. That was some false advertisement on the fucking 29 degree beer. I'm sure it was 29 degree, but you got to bring it 29 degrees to the table. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be, what is it? F to T, baby. Fucking freezer to table. I want that beer to be consistent. I want that temp right there. The way the pizza people try to keep the pizza hot in a little hot bag, which doesn't always work in some places because some of the good places just ain't that close, but you got to deal with it. You know what I mean? But it's okay because that's pizza. This ain't fucking beer here. Beer's got to be cold. And it's going to be cold, like I said, but it ain't going to be what you're claiming it is. You should be a discount if for someone who does bring the thermometer. Or give them a t-shirt. Like, all right, man, you did it. You know what I'm saying? You got us. You know what I'm saying? And then you want to take a sign down. You guys can innovate. The future in technology is going at a rapid pace. Y'all need to get on the bus and get online. Other than your fancy signs out there. Get that 29 degrees to the table. F2T. Free to the table. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Another thing I want to talk about right here is some of these places are like not that packed. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not the only one that said this. I'm not the only one that's going to say this, and there's more people probably going to say this. I'm not like, I mean, people, it's starting to get more full now. But when it was like barely nobody there, you know what I'm saying? The people could be just standing around acting like it was like super busy. You know what I'm saying? And like, be shitty ass people can service some places when it ain't even that fucking packed. And now that it's getting packed, I'm getting some actually pretty good service. But I was saying back then, when it was like all kinds of like nobody in the restaurant. You know what I'm saying? It was like fucking 14 of us or some shit. You know what I'm saying? And 3 of us was at my table. So you had to, do the math. And like they're just like acting like you see people waiting around for a refill and stuff. I thought that was kind of messed up. And we was tipping really good. We was supporting. And I just thought that was messed up. I didn't want to support as much as I supported, but I fucking, my wife talked me into it. So I supported Will, but I didn't want to do it. I was like fighting my hand. I was like, ugh, I don't want to write that in there. She's like, you better write that in. I was like, I can't do it. I can't, ugh. And I had to do it. And I was like, get down. And it wasn't happening. But I was just saying, now that things are getting busy, I have been getting some good service. So shout out to everybody out there. But when there was all kinds of time and shit was laxed out, you know what I'm saying? It was like nobody on the freeway, nobody anywhere. Y'all was laxed out too. You got to admit it. You got to admit it. You got to admit it. You know what I'm saying? You got to admit it. And I think I'm a pretty good tipper, so I reserve the right to say that you got to call you guys. I'm calling you guys out on that. That was back then, but now it's good. But then it was like, come on, man, there ain't nobody here. Come on, you know what I'm saying? So, anyways, pranks. I'm sure you guys heard what was going on in the news just recently, but before I get there, pranks are fun. Pranks are damn fun. Sure, you can get angry. You can get upset if you're part of it and then, you're the butt end of it. But then you can start laughing afterwards because you saw it was a prank, all right? With your punk ass. I'm the one, too, sometimes. Like, if somebody got me really good, I'd be grumpy for a minute. Like, damn it. Oh, you got me. And I'm not smiling right. I'm smiling, but then I'll just be like, all quiet, don't even talk to Muddy. And then I'll come back and, all right, you got me. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, but, pranks are fun. Pranks are fun. I've done some many pranks, and I've talked about it on a really early episode with my man, Will, where I had like one of the greatest pranks of all time. I did the saran wrap prank, and if you guys are into the show, I recommend you go to some of them early episodes, I apologize. Our audio was progressing. It was pretty bad in the beginning and, it kind of got better as it went on. But, our material was still pretty there, you know what I'm saying? So we had a good story about that stuff there. So anyways, about the epic prank, like I said, we gave a friend of ours at a birthday party some X-Lax, some stuff, the laxative, and it looked like Sprite looks like Sprite, and we mixed it in his Mountain Dew. Got chaotic, and we was all in on it. We had like this whole Ocean's 11, operation going. It was everybody had a job. You know what I'm saying? It was like, you do this, you got to go to the bathroom and stall, and you know what I'm saying? And we just got to chill and make them active so the shit just kicks in, you know what I'm saying? Make them, so we wrestling around and everything, you know what I'm saying? Try to get at the birthday party. And then, so anyways, like I said, make it, like I said, I spoke on it before, you know what I'm saying? He had to go and, we did the deal, and that was an epic prank, But I've done under pranks too that have not gone so well. You know what I'm saying? Especially like this one. Let me get on to this one, and then, I'll get on to the lighter side of things. But I know you guys heard the story. It was a father and son. I guess they wanted to do a prank together involving paintball guns. So I don't know if it was a family member. I kind of remember vaguely if it was a family member or not. And they were going to go and shoot the house, do like a drive-by with paintball guns, which I've done in my younger dumb days. Not at a house. And I ain't going to say anything else about that. So they decided they want to do a prank with each other, to do a little bonding, and they fucking decided to do a drive-by with paintballs. And like I said, I don't remember if it was a family member or not. But either way, this shit went way wrong. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, they went out there, they were, drove by the house, started shooting the house with paintballs, started lighting it up. And apparently the person who lived in the residence thought this was like real attack, came out with real firearms, and started retaliating, and it got pretty crazy. And so, no, I believe the father is facing charges, and like, like I believe like some like child neglect or child endangerment. I don't know, some all kinds of stuff they were trying to do. I don't know, child services take the kid. I forgot how young he was. He was a young kid, and they went and did a prank together. You know what I'm saying? And man, it's just that's some bad news. You know what I'm saying? I remember one time, like I said, I spoke on this before. There was a prank on TV, on video, and I don't remember if this was real or not. Either way, if this scenario like ever happened, is still messed up. So these kids was hiding in the mailbox, and they was throw your mail back out when you threw it in, and do all this weird shit. They was fucking with you when you throw your mail in the corner mailbox. And anyways, it got to so many customers that it was really funny. They had a hidden camera. You're seeing all these people. It looked like a blooper show. It had a pretty good production going. That's why it was making me think like if this was real or fake. This was I've seen this video a lot, and so anyways, this old man comes, and throws his mail in. They throw it out, and he looks in there and like thinks there's like some kind of weird shit going on, and pulls out a fucking firearm and shoots in a few rounds into this mailbox, and then walks away. The video ends right there. It fades out. It ends with this scene, and I don't know. I mean, in the comments, you don't know who's telling what in the comments. I mean, people all kinds of comments. I love the comments, by the way. I mean, it's a fun place to be, and to me, the comments are like some of the best things of some of the videos out there, because people are sharing their opinions, and throwing out there some funny lines out there, and it's just great things. I love the comments in all the videos, because that's like my favorite. I go out there and do comments and join in, and like a bunch of comments that people are doing on other videos and stuff. It's really fun. You know what I'm saying? The comment section is a great feature. So shout out to YouTube for that. It is a cool feature. But anyways, like I said, man, they can get out of hand. And like I said, I know you wanted some father-son time. Maybe it was a cool choice, but maybe you should have gave the person a heads up or something, so they wouldn't have flipped out on your, shot firearms at your kids, at your child. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, like I said, pranks can be a lot of fun. There's so many pranks that exist out there. People do the shaving cream in the hand when somebody's sleeping, things like that. I remember one time I wanted to do a prank, and it was like I was super young. I was like a young teenager, and we were like, man, this was like pre, saran wrap prank. You know what I'm saying? This was like my early development. Like I was still like I was in the class to become a prank engineer. You know what I'm saying? I was in like I was like sophomore year or something. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, me and my friends were like, man, I've kind of done some little pranks, but I want to do like a epic prank. I want to do a prank. So we found out my buddy was like grounded. Yeah, we got grounded when we was little, like all the time. I'd get grounded for like, I don't know, farting too loud. I used to get grounded all the time. You know what I'm saying? This is like, what day is this? Tuesday? She's like, get grounded. You know what I'm saying? Or it was my fault. I always did something to get grounded. But it felt like, I'm flipping the sides. Like, I know I got grounded all the time because it was me, but damn, I got grounded. So anyways, my boy got grounded. And he lived right around the corner from us. And our little group, our crew, we used to hang out every day, man. It was like all of, a big little group of us, like almost 10 of us, you know what I'm saying? And so it was like always we had to hang out. But my man got grounded, or I wasn't. This time, miraculously, I wasn't grounded this day either. So like we was all hanging out. We're like, damn, we can't hang out with Tito. You know what I'm saying? We called him Tito. Tito Santana. We all had these aliases just in case. You know what I'm saying? And anyways, my man was grounded. And so we were like, man, he's grounded, and we're across the street, shooting hoops, because we all live like right around the corner. So we're shooting hoops at my boy's house. And we're right across the street, see him out there in the window, see him gaming and shit. We're like, man, this sucks. He can't hang with us. And then I'm like, and then so it gets later, in the day. And then like our crew got a little shorter and smaller. And I'm like, man, we should go prank his ass. You know what I'm saying? We should go prank his ass. You know what I'm saying? So we go out there, and what do we do? What do we go out there? We call him and hang up the phone? Like, no, man, that shit's old. So before you had like caller IDs, which we still had caller IDs, you could like hit that star 69. I haven't tried it in a long time. I don't even know if that shit can still work. But does that still exist? I got to check. But you used to be able to hit star 69 and call a motherfucker back. And then you could like hide your number. There was a way to hide your number too before you would call somebody. So it'd be like, protected. Most of the time now that doesn't even work because people don't answer them damn calls. But anyway, we try, he's like, should we call him and hang up? I'm like, nah, man, this shit's old. That's some shit. We got to do something cool, unique. Should we TP the house? I'm like, nah. What else should we do? I'm like, I got it. So we're all in the group, and I'm like, let's egg his house. Let's egg his house, or not his house, but like where his room was at. You know what I'm saying? So sorry about this if you're watching, homie. It's been a while. So anyways, we're like, okay, we decided we're going to go do it. Who's going to go get the eggs from their house? You know what I'm saying? My one guy steps up. He's like, I'm going to do it. My folks ain't home. Boom, he goes, I'll be right back. And we thought he was just going to grab one for each of us, and he grabbed the whole dozen. You know what I'm saying? It was like, oh, shit. Let's make this moment, let's make the most of this moment. Okay? So he saw, we go and creep out, creep to the alley where the side of his windows at. Like, there it is, you know what I'm saying? Here we go. And so first of all, we start throwing them, and we miss, like, the windows completely. We're just hitting the bricks house. It was a big bricks, you know what I'm saying? It was like, because it was like the upstairs apartment. So it was like, it didn't make no noise, that thick ass wall. People don't hear shit, you know what I'm saying? So we're over here, and we got like a few left, and then we get the last one, and I forget who launched it, and we fucking launched that sucker, and everybody's watching it in slow motion because it was like the last egg. You know what I'm saying? And they fucking said, psh, it was cold out too, man. It fucking broke the window. It didn't even fucking egg the window. Shit fucking broke the window like a rock. It was like a fucking rock. We fucking ran this shit, man. And we were like, damn, we weren't expecting that to happen, So the next day they came out there, and oh, man, it was all fucked up, dude. We went to go break it. And he knew, dude. He came out there fucking, oh, man, he was all fucking talking shit. And we were laughing our asses off, man. It was a prank fail, big time. That was like a super failed prank. That was like a backfired one. We wanted it to be harmless, and it turned out to be a good one, It was like more than we expected. So maybe it was a good one then, I guess. I guess that's how you look at it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, pranks can get out of hand. Some of them can be bad, and some of them can be, pretty harmful and stuff like that. Like, they got those, like, well, there's like a line where you can draw where it's a prank and then it's not a prank, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, where people are hazing and things like that. I wouldn't consider those pranks. But when you're, like, making people, like, jump scare, those kind of things, or you hide something, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, so I know I said this before, probably in an earlier episode. My sister, one of my sisters was getting married, and we had some friends and family in town. We had family from Texas in town. Shout out to my Texas fam. And Chicago, we had everybody in town for this wedding. Like, everybody came for this wedding. It was a huge wedding. And we had so much people staying at our crib. And my mom was in beauty school. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my moms, too. Love you. And she was in beauty school all the time. So she had the mannequin heads and shit in the house. She'd be cutting our hair, At first it wasn't good, and it got good. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, don't get mad. Now you're good. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, she would have these mannequin heads and stuff to practice when she was in beauty school and shit. And when everybody else was out drinking one night and having fun, people slept in because they was hungover. My brother decided, like, oh, let's go do a prank. You know what I'm saying? So, let's prank Mom. So he grabbed one of the mannequin heads. I think it was like after the wedding. I want to say, like after the big reception, everybody was just hung over at the house. So my brother decided to grab one of the mannequin heads, set it up on the couch, made it look like somebody sleeping, made like this body and shit, covered it up with a blanket just so you could see like the hair and a little bit of the forehead and face. Like, man, he did that shit good as hell. He's an artist as it is. You know what I'm saying? So he made that shit look like real, dude. And so anyways, they want to go get my mom's and shit. We're all like, man, we had one of my cousins do it, so it'd be like more believable because, we always cause trouble, man. Like I said, I was always grounded. You know what I'm saying? So we'd be smiling or something. We went up there like, somebody's in the basement. You know what I'm saying? So we had to send one of our cousins so they'd be all like scared to prank my mom because they'd be scared of their aunt. You know what I'm saying? Because my mom was no joke. So she was like, Tia, you know what I'm saying? I think Santos or somebody, I think Santos has a girl downstairs and she's asleep and she's not getting up or something like that. As soon as that had my mom perked up like, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I got my hand speed from my mom, dude. No shit. So my mom like fucking just squared up real quick. She got all puffed up like, you know what I'm saying? All tense up. She's like, who's downstairs? So she came down there real quick, you know what I'm saying? Bam, 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 bam. Came down the stairs real fast with her little short legs. It was like, real quick, you know what I'm saying? Like it almost sounded like the Jetsons, you know what I'm saying? But it was just her going down the steps real quick. She was a Mexican mom. You know what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? She came down, all in Spanish real quick. Who the heck is the lady on the couch? And we're all like, I don't know. We're all turning away like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? We're all scattering and shit. You know what I'm saying? And then she walks over there and she's like, hey, you got to get out of here. And then she, there's no response because it's not a real person, right? So she's like, you better get out of here. And she fucking pokes at the back. And then she fucking pokes again. Hey, and then the fucking head falls down, dude. And we all fucking ran, dude. It was hilarious. And that was a good prank. It almost got out of hand. But, like if that person was real, my mom probably would have whooped the ass out the house. Like, get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Fucking smacked her all the way out the house. Like my one buddy's mom, man, we used to hang out at their house and we used to get like boxing matches going on in the garage. We were doing all kinds of crazy shit. Pin dodgeball, like with like fucking 20 on 20. We get some weird shit going on, you know what I'm saying? Like, and we were like older teens then. We were like 16, 17. Like, we're like all of a sudden just get all these fucking 40, 50 people together for this big ass craziness. Like, oh, we're all gonna box. Everybody throw like $2 or $5 or whatever. And we just start boxing and fucking doing all this crazy shit, man. And then when his mom would come home, she'd come out there and grab a broom. She grabbed this yellow broom from the kitchen and come chase us out of there, fucking smacking us out the broom. Like, get out of here. And you know what was really crazy? She'd be smacking everybody, but she'd be like nice to me. She'd be smacking everybody. How are you doing, honey? You know what I'm saying? Everybody get out of here. You don't belong here. Smacking everybody with the broom. And she's like, oh, are you doing okay? You know what I'm saying? Get some water on your way out. She'd be all nice to me all the time, but everybody else got the broom and shit. That was really funny, And like I said, we'd be causing havoc in there. People be all bloodied up from the boxing matches. People be all bloodied up from the pin dodgeball. You know what I'm saying? We filled a 2-liter up with water and used a 2-liter for the pin. So that shit ain't falling with the fucking ball we had. You know what I'm saying? And people were just getting stung with them fucking balls. Like red marks and shit. Folks all thought we was fighting. And then we could, hide the dodgeball game when we was fighting. When we were doing the boxing, we'd be like, it was pin dodgeball, ma. You know what I'm saying? This black eye and shit. My lips all blown out from the ball. You know what I'm saying? And, if you had a bad boxing day. But yeah, man, you get fucking, that shit, can get out of hand. But like I said, because parents are no joke. But my friend's parents, like I said, they would bust it up with a broom. I know y'all had some friends, some crazy friends' parents. You know what I'm saying? And that was no damn joke. So I was looking around and saw this celebrity, some so-called celebrity. Shout out to celebrities. Whatever. Anyways. No. So this person, I guess her name is, she's in the new reboot of Sex and the City. I didn't know they were rebooting it without the originals. Are they having any of the originals? I don't know. But I know there's a reboot and this person's part of this crew. All right. All right. If that bothers somebody. I don't give a damn. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, her name is Cynthia Nixon. And she was quoted. Man, it's so crazy with this social media, man. You can't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn. You know what I'm saying? So she got quoted as saying that, people were going through hard times, people got no money, and that they should be allowed to, shouldn't be prosecuted for stealing. Like, you should be allowed to go steal at CVS. And then, CVS was like, why us? Just buy us. Like, she just singled out that store. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can go. You know what? Okay. She's like, you can go to CVS and you should be able, people are stealing shit and they're going to jail because they needed things. You know what I'm saying? So she said that people shouldn't get prosecuted for stealing. That's kind of like advocating crime. Like you're promoting crime. If you're not, you shouldn't say something like that. You should do is have, say the store should maybe give that to them if they know they're less fortunate. You know what I'm saying? And give that to them for free. You shouldn't make them commit a crime. Or not only that, encourage someone to commit a crime to accommodate things that they need. So I would say, as a non-celebrity, you know what I'm saying? I would say if for the store people, if you know that they're less fortunate, you should help them out. Don't let them resort to crime if it comes to something when it has to do with food or clothing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying like Gucci shit, in the fine, what I'm saying? Somebody steal a Gucci and they say like, oh man, you're stupid. But if you got some clothes and some baby clothes, some shit like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you see what's going on, man. You know what I'm saying? There's some things like that. I feel like some stores people got to step up and take, something like that and help somebody out. And, but there's also some clever people out there that are scamming people also. So you got to be smart and think about those things and pick those things out or choose them wisely. like I said, I made jokes about the homeless people getting clever and things like that. But there was this one guy I always questioned if he really was, because he had some really nice things, like really nice. His fucking shoes, phone, like it looked like he was just covering himself with stuff, but his like stuff underneath was like flossing hard. You know what I'm saying? I was like always messing with that guy. So sometimes people could be scamming. You know what I mean? And some people can abuse that system. But I think you're smart enough to figure that out. You know, maybe there's sometimes you get burnt, but in the long run, I figured. I mean, I wouldn't just want to promote crime. You know? I mean, what are you going to do at the store? You're going to have like, you got the self checkout. You know, you got the express lane, the 10 items or less, or whatever the fuck, however that shit goes. I hate when they have that express line and somebody shows up with that shit full as hell. Y'all are messed up. Like, you can't count. You know what I'm saying? Or you're going to tell her just to do ring up 10 at a time. You know what I'm saying? Or mess something like that. And then you got the free line. Now you're going to have the free line. You know what I'm saying? That way there's no, judgment. Like if these people have a certain card, like the WIC card or like I said before, the WIC card or the EBT cards or those, cards like that from the assisted government things, programs, things like that. Maybe they can, go there and swipe a card and, so there's not like a big scene about things, or if there's something where they want to be discreet, you can make something set up where there's some things more discreet, for some people's pride. But I don't think somebody like that should be promoting crime. That's all I'm saying like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's just dumb, in my opinion. I use that word a lot, but I mean, I feel like that's pretty dumb. You shouldn't encourage people to steal. Things are hard enough. Stealing's already on the mind. There's already, like, I've been poor and things like that. I haven't had it all, and I'm not rich now or nothing by no means. You know what I'm saying? And so I know, there's things where I've hit moments where, you start, things in your mind go in your mind that shouldn't be in your mind. And you all know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Like, you just hit this point where you're like, something's got to happen, or I got to make something happen, and and that's, where this, things start calculating into all kinds of mathematical equations that maybe shouldn't be even written on paper to begin with. It shouldn't be adding those up anyways. If you catch my drift, you shouldn't even make those come to fruition, let alone think about them any longer. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know, like I said, when you're poor or things like that, sometimes like I said, your mind goes places. I understand, you know what I mean? Because like sometimes it's like, oh shit, you know what I mean? You got to make something go down now. Like people depend on you. You know what I mean? And so, like I said, I wouldn't promote crime at all, So I just was really upset with that. You know what I mean? In my opinion, I was just really upset with that. And I just had to call her out because I just, and plus she's a celebrity and an actress. You ain't going to CVS, man. You ain't going to the store for yourself like that. Like, especially, you know what I'm saying? Like, when do you go to CVS? So that's all I'm saying. Like, they put a place on blast, and I just felt like that was unfair. You know what I'm saying? I felt like that was unfair. But let's continue, humans. Man, oh man. So, I was looking around, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like looking at those like weird videos or strange things you can find. I like the weird stuff. And I mean, I'm not talking like porn or nothing, yet. No. But I'm like taking like weird, strange videos. Like you find like, from weird creatures to weird encounters or weird things you read about or strange, anything strange. You got those weird, cool, scary stories, or these people like send stories in and these people like, narrate them. And those are kind of fun, like those mystery kind of things. So I was looking at some of those, and then this like conspiracy video comes up, and it was like, I mean, I've heard about it a lot. They talk about it a lot. You hear the people, all these smart people smarting it up and, saying these things to make you start, get your gears going or start herding the sheep again over something. But the simulation theory, okay? So the simulation theory is, I'm sure everybody knows about it. It's like the Matrix. There's this, not even like the Matrix. Yeah, I guess it is kind of like the Matrix. So the simulation theory is that we're in a matrix. We're like, this is like a simulation in like a computer program. And they're saying like everything we're happening right now, everything that's going on is a whole simulation created by some like big program, or maybe it's a little program. And it's just so advanced, it's just, shuffled in a deck somewhere. And this is just happening. They were just like, all right, we'll start a new one now. Flung us in the deck, waiting for the battery to die. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I don't even want to think about that. I'm sorry about putting that in our brains. I'm sorry about that, humans. Let me get back to this. Let me rewind the simulation, So anyways, the simulation theory, they say this stuff's supposed to be fake. Like this is some person, like I said, or not a person, but some big programmer, created this simulation, and this stuff's happening all by like program and stuff. And that's why they find these like weird glitches where things are messed up and you see these doubles and triples of shit. I don't know about all that stuff. I think those pictures can be done pretty well, but I don't know, man. There's a lot of cars that are the same color. You know what I'm saying? I bought a Fusion one time that was white. It was fucking 75. I've never seen so many white Fusions till I bought one. You know what I'm saying? It was like white Fusion, white Fusion, white Fusion, white Fusion. You know what I'm saying? It was like, goddamn. You know what I'm saying? I'm just blended in. You know what I'm saying? It was like little stormtrooper head, shoes. Because it wasn't like a stormtrooper. I would have to be an SUV. But I was like a little car, so it was like a stormtrooper shoe. You ever notice that too when you buy a car and then you never see their car that much? You think you got yourself a decent car, and then all of a sudden you're seeing that fucking shit everywhere. I don't see that color much. Honey, we should go with this one. And then all of a sudden you get on the ride and it's like, fuck. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's got salmon. You know what I'm saying? Not that I got a salmon car. I'm just saying like random shit. Like just weird shit like that. But the stimulation thing, man, like, I don't know what you guys' opinions are. I kind of don't think it's real. But there's some weird shit. Like they got a scientist, a professor, where he was in, talking as, professoring, doing his college super high educational thing where he was speaking at a seminar. I don't know. I guess one of these smart seminars where they have these seminars of smart people. A gathering of smart people in a seminar. Seminar is kind of a cool place to word to say. Seminar. It's pretty aggressive. But this professor said there was, when they zoom into space and use the telescopes and, try to look out to the deepest depths and to the unknowns, they come across what they said is a bunch of series of ones and zeros or computer code. Like I'm some expert. A series of ones and zeros because I know about this, but I really don't. But anyways, this guy said there's computer code out there in space, like way out there. And it says it wasn't even a certain computer code. I've spoken on this before. It's a certain code that was invented, I believe, in the 40s or 30s by some dude. And I forget his name, and I apologize. But, they say there's computer code out there. And it's pretty wild. It's pretty wild to think about. And then I still, then you got like Elon Musk, who I think is super weird and super smart. I'm kind of contemplating how human he is. But anyways, and he always looks like, like I said, he always takes a big breath before he's got to explain something. Because his brain's like, okay, they are not as smart as you. Got to bring it down to this words. Use these vocabulary. And then he's just like, humanity's unstable. Shit is crazy. And he believes that we are in a simulation. Then you got people saying 2020 was a simulation. Like 2020 was a simulation. It was all full of bugs. And then, now we got some malware going through and some antiviral shit going on. Like I said, I don't know what I'm talking about. I just know shit's getting better. But anyways, cheers to shit getting better. So, this simulation shit, if it's a program, has anyone hacked it? And why hasn't anyone hacked it if they haven't hacked it? Those are two questions I really need an answer for. Like, has anybody ever hacked the simulation? And if they have, why not make everybody wealthy and like flip-flop shit? Just to mess it up for a few days. Or have a weird year like last year. Like 20. You know what I'm saying? Let's erase that shit. And then like re-fucking do it where everything's just flip-flopped. Like we're all royalty. Not all of us. I mean, you know what I'm saying? There's like no worry about that kind of shit. No kind of currency because now that doesn't even matter. And then you got like those cryptos and those digital transactions, which would probably hold more ground in a future like that. And then, just for like 1 year, just to see would it be all weird. See all them guys panicking. You know, will they have rallies or would they start saving all their money? That's what I want to know. Excuse me. Because last time I checked, those rallies and those get-togethers, like from the new prez, like where there's like 12 people there, like at a barbecue, and the other guy would have rallies. That should probably get expensive if nobody's making money. You know what I'm saying? So I just thought it would be weird, like a weird year where just like everybody was like, okay, chill. You know what I'm saying? Everybody just stop. Nobody's allowed to do shit. And I don't mean like nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like you can produce things, but it don't cost nobody nothing right now. We still got to we all got to go to work. We all still got to do these jobs. But when we go to places, it didn't require any transaction whatsoever. And it would just go on the base size of your family, which would be weird because, some people that are obese or some people that are greedy might, try to fight that power, fight that system, because somebody your age should be a certain weight. That's where I feel like it would be weird, and then you would have crime again. Like crime would start going crazy because people start fighting for those extra set of sweets. You know what I'm saying? You got that sweet tooth and I want that extra ice cream. Oh, my favorite. I want that extra. I always got to buy if it's on sale. One of our favorites of me and my wife's and my son, he loves them as well. It's the chocolate chip cookie ice cream fucking sandwiches. Okay? Bow. Fuck you, simulation. Because if that shit is fake, I thank you for creating it because good Lord, that belonged. It belonged all up in my senses and my neurons. Because those are my favorite. Those are the fam favorite. That's a family favorite. That's a fam favorite over here. You know what I'm saying? That chocolate chip cookie fucking ice cream sandwich. And oh my Lord. It don't matter if it's the Nestle or the local grocery store one. Like the Kroger one even. Shit is the bomb. Honestly, I think the Kroger cookie is better than the Nestle cookie on that ice cream sandwich. And I don't care what none of y'all say. Y'all need to try them side by side because, God damn it, it's so much better. I don't even care. I'm saying their name. Shout out to y'all because it's way better cookie. But I still buy both. Whatever one's on sale, I'm flipping. Bam, bam, bam. 2 for $5. 3 for $5. 2 for $5. 2 for $5. I'm getting them. 3 for $6. 2 for $6. I'm getting. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, that's a fam favorite right here. So, like I said, if y'all going to fuck around with that simulation, good Lord, we need more stuff like them chocolate chip cookie, ice cream sandwiches for this guy. But anyways, back to this simulation. Has anybody hacked it or why haven't they hacked it? There's some smart people out there. These guys can hack anything. And if we're making it, I believe 100% that the guys that are available, capable of doing this code breaking things, I think they're more than capable. And I know they probably peeked in and, take the peek and all that and seen inside there. Took a peek in the beehive, you know what I mean? And it's probably really dangerous grounds. Your life is probably in danger if you see those kind of things. And I'm saying, I respect y'all, and the way you guys put the time in to get the knowledge to be able to do what you guys can do, because that's amazing. Because I tried to learn just regular little coding from the beginning, and I'm like way, way novice, like way early. Like I still need to grab the book, you know what I'm saying? That way. And like I said, I got mad respect for you guys that can just, handle business like you do. Because it's amazing. You know what I'm saying? It's amazing. It's like foreign. It almost looks foreign to me. Like it's just like, or like from another planet when I see the things these guys can do. Like I said, shout out to y'all. Because that's just amazing stuff. To me, it's amazing. I don't know. Maybe it's nothing to you guys. To me, it's a big deal. I appreciate that work. That's just stuff that's a big deal to me. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, I just wonder if anybody have ever hacked that shit. You know what I'm saying? The fucking damn simulation. And it's kind of tough to think about it being a parent, if this is a simulation, because you have kids. I have one child, and there's people that have multiple children and things like that. So it's like, it's kind of tough. It's kind of tough when you want to think about that stuff. To me. And I got a little sports vent. I'm going to get a little fight talk going on. Like I said, this weekend, you got Floyd and Logan Paul. You also got Teofimo Lopez fighting Kambosos. I think that's how you say his name or something like that. I like Teofimo Lopez, man. That kid's coming up in the game. That guy's making a good name for himself. I hope he's sustaining, if this videos of him training like crazy aren't just for show because, man, he's doing the thing, man. It looks like him and Canelo, you know what I'm saying, are just like showing like what it takes to be a champion. Like if that stuff, like I know Canelo always proves that shit. You know what I'm saying? My man just fighting big ass light heavyweights and shit and still going at it and beating everybody. And same thing like Teofimo, man. You see that guy training all the time. I follow them guys. I have since the beginning. And you see these guys just always gym. And then when you see them in the ring, you understand why you understand why those outcomes are coming out the way they are. You know, and then you got these young guys like Gervonta Davis, same thing. You're seeing him. Jim. I mean, you see him doing a little, hanging out and doing things like that. I mean, he's young. You know what I'm saying? But you do see a lot of him, Jim. You know, he's gonna be a great one for a long time if he starts to do the less going out thing and the more Jim. But he's there. He's got the goods, man. That kid's really good too. You know what I'm saying? And I can go on with the list. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, Floyd, like I said, he's going against Logan Paul, and Logan Paul is a big guy. You know, he's got some power. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure he's gonna, expect he's gonna do some damage to Floyd. Like I only see him like accomplishing things if he does things dirty. The only reason I'm not saying anything, like I said, I respect those two brother guys. I like their stuff. I don't know what it is. I enjoy I enjoy the Impulsive show. I enjoy Logan. I think he's an entertaining dude. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if anybody agrees with me. No big deal. Like I said, I enjoy watching him sometimes. I don't watch every episode, but some of the guests are interesting, and I think he pretty much sets up some pretty good interviews, and stuff like that. I really enjoy when he's got guests on there a lot. But anyways, the kid got in great shape. He looks phenomenal. He looks like he's in great shape, But when I saw his last performances in boxing, which was against a non-boxer, it was like really sloppy. You know what I'm saying? And it was really sloppy. Like he was throwing decent punches. He had some decent movement, but the guy was catching him. But it just seemed like his stamina wasn't there. Like he was just like way out of gas. Like it was forcing him to like overcommit almost. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe it wasn't overcommit. Maybe it was a balance issue because the guy was a little shorter than him too. I mean, he's a tall kid. I don't know exactly how tall he is, but Logan Paul is like super tall looking to me. I'm only like 5'9" or 10 or some shit like that. And that dude's like super tall. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if it was a balance issue during that fight or if it was a combination of fatigue and balance because he's a bigger guy, had to, do those angles and do things. And maybe he's like so muscular up top. Maybe he's a little top heavy. You know what I mean? And maybe his legs weren't, evened out with, the top heaviness. And maybe that caused a little extra fatigue. You know what I mean? Because he fell they called it, I don't think they called it a knockdown, but he fell in one of the fights, when he fought that guy, KSI. And I know it's been a while since that fight. And I've been watching his training. And the dude looks, like I said, he looks pretty good. He looks like he's in great shape. But I mean, I'm just saying, this is against a professional boxer. You're going from fighting this guy to a professional boxer. I don't know what your sparring partner is looking like. You know what I'm saying? But nobody's going to be like Floyd. The guy's really good. You know what I'm saying? And he's going to, pretty much make the fight what it's going to be. You're going to make the fight what it's going to be if you make it dirty. If you can try to box and respect for what it is, which I think you should. I mean, you look like you're training for real. Like, I'm not knocking any of that. You and your brother. I did think the hat thing was a little disrespectful. Entertaining, yeah, but disrespectful. But anyways, and his brother's fighting another guy too, but whatever. Like I said, the fight's coming up this weekend. Same with Teofimo. I'm excited for Teofimo's fight big time. And like I said, this fight, I'm going to watch the Floyd fight too. But like I said, man, I just hope my man respects who that is in the ring too. He's a legend. I'm sure he does. The guy doesn't seem like I said, he doesn't seem like his younger brother. He seems more like a protector kind of guy. And his younger brother seems like I'm a scrapper, but they're probably both scrappers. You know what I'm saying? But you probably got to push Logan, to me, like, it looks like you got to push him to get him to be the scrapper, even though I'm sure he's capable. But his brother is like already like, I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? That's what I look like. They seem to me. You know what I'm saying? But this is against a professional boxer. Not only one, but you got lucky and pulled the cash cow, and it's the greatest fighter, one of the greatest fighters. You know what I'm saying? One of the greatest of all times. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, man, just don't do anything dirty. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a legend in there. The guy gave you an opportunity to go in a fight. Just box, you know what I'm saying? And if you lose, man. It's going to be hard to hit the guy. And like I said, my recommendation, I just hope you're doing pure stamina training. You're a big man. You can already punch hard. You can already do things. I would do sparring and stamina. And I mean, I don't know how much stamina you can get from here to the weekend now, but I would have been doing stamina the whole time. Because Floyd will make you tired, man. Like when you miss. If you miss, you get tired. And then not only that, you're missing and getting tired, and my man's hitting you in the body and, doing things and playing this, it's just it's a crazy game. You know what I mean? You've been in there. He's boxed before, and it's just crazy back and forth. You know what I mean? But the fight's coming up this weekend. I'm picking Floyd to win. I just hope my man doesn't do anything dirty. I kind of have this weird feeling, but that's the only reason I could see something happening if he does something dirty. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel him like he's gonna try to like body him into the ropes and just try to pound some crazy shots. But this is where I feel like you got to play close attention because he's got a lot of weight and he's got a lot of size. So when he's gonna try to smush him into the ropes and do this body attack or whatever he's gonna try to do, he's probably gonna do a lot of low blows and do a lot of stupid shit. So that's where I feel like just be careful on that part. You know what I mean? But that's all I'm saying. Well, if you guys enjoyed this episode, I appreciate it. If you hit the like button, smash that subscription, and turn on your notifications because I'm here twice a week. And this has been another episode of Meant to Vent. Till next time, humans. See ya.